Hello, Cancer North Node. Welcome to your reading for the September new moon, September 6th or 7th, depending on where you are located. If this is your first foray into North Node readings, you will find that North Node is the signifier. It tells you about what your soul would like to experience in this lifetime. So it can tell you a lot about your path, the path of the soul, and what will truly bring you fulfillment in this lifetime. Your South Node, on the other hand, is nothing negative. It's simply where you're comfortable. It's something that you've mastered in your past life. And I may have said that already in an earlier part of the video, but I'll just reiterate that. So for Cancer, you are, it's on your path to lean more into your feminine side, to look at your relationships with women, to be more feeling and less doing, or more being and less doing. So experiencing your feelings as opposed to always trying to solve them and find solutions for things. So, and also family, and I will say birthing. So the birthing could be having children, but the birthing could also be creative projects, which is another manifestation of allowing, processing feelings, allowing feelings to be and kind of transform on their own, as opposed to, doing and in spite of your feelings. So in the Capricorn, South Node has a lot to do with leadership and career and steadfastness and planning. Level-headedness. So you may be more comfortable on your masculine side, or in the masculine attributes. That has nothing to do with male or female. It has to do with certain energies in our world that have a positive or negative charge, masculine, feminine charge, right? But we all, regardless of gender, have masculine and feminine, and it's all over our planet in nature, and in our interactions. So with that, I'm going to go straight into the shuffle. So I've already meditated on the cards and I've cleared your space. I've done a pre-shuffle and called in all necessary guides and angels and beings to send their messages. So Cancer North Node, the first thing I'm going to do is access the universal energies that are active during this 4-week period from the new moon to the new moon. All right, so I just fast forwarded that because sometimes the shuffle takes a while. This is my first reading of the day, and sometimes it takes a while for the cards to get warm. So in your universal energies, you have work, friendship, is this one called? Revelations. Revelations. And awakening. Okay, so in your universal energies, I see that you see here the green and the pink and the gold. There's energy around following your heart's desire and what you're truly here to do. The divine plan for you. That's that energy is coming in this month. Then we have friendship. This is, all that lovely pink with a little bit of gold and green running through there. It's about an energy of not romantic love, but you could be friends with a romantic partner, but this is about just more the energy of unconditional love, friendship love, being truly liked, loved, and respected by the people around you, or making sure that that's who you're surrounding yourself with. I also, for the first time today, put this rose quartz here. This little rose quartz tumble. In the other readings I've done so far, I didn't feel the need to put that one out, but I put that one out today next to my citrine. Revelations, there's the energy of something being revealed to you in this time, in the next 4 weeks. Or having a more objective perspective, having a different, seeing your circumstances in a different light, and seeing, being able to see situations differently. So Spirit really showing you deeper meaning to certain things that you've experienced and your relationships. And then we have awakening. So from that truth, you are able to, I always see like peacock feathers in here. You're able to spread your wings and free yourself from some thinking that has been that has made you feel insecure in the past. So I see awakening to your own power and your own strength. Yeah, I definitely feel an energy of a great unveiling, if you will. And there's this energy of not tolerating anything less or any substitutes anymore. So the universe is really pushing you in this direction where you no longer make compromises, because your compromises have been limiting your potential up to now. Some of it was contracted, so there wasn't really anything you could do about it. And that may be something that comes up in the revelations as well. I'm getting the feeling that you may have blamed yourself for certain things that happened to you, or ways certain things have turned out, but it was never about that, or it was never about, you couldn't have changed that one way or the other, because it was just a soul contract at the end of the day. It was what you signed up for. So there should be a great release that allows for this blossoming. That energy is definitely there. I think we could just go to the next level already. So I'm going into the 5D energy now. We will take a look at how these energies are filtering down into your subconscious, into some synchronicities, into your higher self. Into your intuition. So, okay. To begin with, the 6th chakra, this is your 3rd eye. You're really getting a boost to your intuition. And this speaks to that energy of not just revelations, but work as well, in that you're going to find yourself having like these inner, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say calling, but these little nagging thoughts, nagging feelings, because you're just receiving more. And your expansion is actually in this area, in the, like, you're being more of a friend to yourself. And when you start prioritizing yourself, you will start to recognize how many actions and considerations you give that compromise your interests, let's say. Get the energy of you doing things that you're really not getting anything out of. So feeling obligated to do certain things a certain way, for example. Not wearing certain things on certain days or to certain places. So you're just going to have these little naggings that come from your intuition, that signal to you that you're dissatisfied with the situation. We have curiosity. Yep, and you're going to feel driven to explore why these things nag at you so much, or why you're getting irritated with things that you used to not get irritated by. And people may think that you have changed, but you haven't changed. Just your you haven't changed in essence, let's say, you've changed in your resolve to be able to really live your best life or do the best for yourself. Expression, you're going to feel the need to speak your mind and let out your feelings, and allow your feelings to be, to live in, to take up space is the message I'm getting. You're going to allow your feelings to take up space. That doesn't mean they have to, dominate everyone else's or take over the room and like ruin a night or ruin an event. But there is this energy of you're kind of tired of putting your feelings either how can I put it? You're stiffing them in your back pocket, ignoring them, quickly trying to change them. Like you just want them to be. So you may also feel called to write or journal, because there's also an energy of honesty. Like if you're not expressing your feelings, at some point you're not only, let's say, being cognizant of the situation and reading the room and the temperature of the room, you're also, depending on how often you do it and to what degree, you're also disallowing people from knowing you because they don't know what makes you feel what way. They don't know your real reactions, So your personality, your being is taking up less space in the world. And it's time for this peacock to come out. So one of the ways that your intuition will process this energy of the peacock, of the awakening, is that, you have to start becoming aware of how you betray yourself. Kindness, in getting this kindness, is mostly for yourself, right? And it goes back to this love. And when you are doing things out of love for yourself, you also don't need to, dog on anyone else, or right? Because there are cases that may come up where you have to defend yourself, but there's also just a very firm boundary, where you say like, no, I'm not loving you or caring about you more than I care about myself. Like, it's just, and I'm sure we've all experienced that from other people, right? Who would not sacrifice their comfort for yours. And the reality is, it's their right. They're entitled to, put themselves first as well, right? You are also entitled to, you don't have to be a jerk about it, right? But putting yourself first does not have to be a aggressive act, right? And also, once you've once it's been revealed to you, like once you start seeing how you treat yourself and how you present yourself to the world in these ways that you may have been betraying yourself, once you start seeing that, it's also, you have to understand that your your learning from that is part of your soul's soul lessons, right? So you weren't necessarily meant to figure it out earlier. Like, now is the time that the universal energies are supporting you growing in that way. So allowance takes you to, I'll read what's on the card because it kind of goes on the lines of what I was just saying. The frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. So, ruminating on the past or getting annoyed with yourself about situations past that you wish you had acted differently or you wish had gone differently is not allowing. You can certainly mourn, for example, but there's a certain amount of detachment that needs to happen in order for the expansion to occur. So, and connection came out with it. So in connection, I'm seeing the need to, connect with your guides and your higher self as well, through meditation, through journaling, through being in nature, and through prayer, if you have a religious practice, through your religious practice, through your spiritual practice, finding a way to connect with these universal energies, because there is you're leaving a big chunk of yourself behind. Let's put it that way. You're leaving a big chunk of yourself behind, and the connection will keep you focused on the part of you that is going to remain and expand. And you may want to we have this curiosity, start connecting with things that you didn't necessarily think are for you. So you're going to end up wanting to try new things as well. You may need to expand your horizons. So you do need to expand your horizons. There's something that you should be doing that you're not doing. And when I say should be doing but are not doing, it's not like you're doing something wrong, but there's something out there that's fulfilling for you that you haven't discovered yet. So it's time to get curious about that, especially because you have this work, your heart's desires energy on this side. It has to do with some of you may know what's in your heart, or what this career is, what this line of work is, and you've been suppressing it, but some of you really just don't know. And that requires some investigation on your part. And to do it just lightheartedly and with fun. Divine Masculine. Now, it's just interesting that this card came out because Cancer North Node is supposed to be focused on a Divine Feminine, or bringing those aspects in more. However, the South Node, your South Node attributes can always be of assistance to you in pursuing your North Node. So, So in this card, I'm getting that, you may need to use those attributes of yours that are very comfortable in the active, focused, career-oriented, practical side, to make all of this feel like it's achievable, right? So don't toss your divine masculine to the side. We don't have to dump our south node at the side of the road, and say, see you later, and go the rest of the journey bare. Like your toolbox is not empty. You have all of this wonderful planning. I don't know why the word planning keeps coming up, but transformational, manifestational, turning things into being, into tangible. You have all that. So you can do more than this, just dream about. They want you to do more than just dream about changing direction. They want you to map out how to change your direction, or how that can turn into your actual real, this is what the life that I'm living. And that's fine. That is perfectly fine, to use the skill in that way, because it's all about balance. Let's see how that's trickling down to the 3D. What is Cancer North Node going to experience in their physical reality in this 4-week period? How are these energies going to manifest in Cancer North Node's physical reality in this 4-week period? Sorry if my voice is a little flat. I think I got that confused a little bit. All right, here we are. So, I hope you enjoyed that fast forward. All right. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Star. In reverse, sorry, those are both in reverse. Temperance, upright. And the Hermit, upright. Okay. I'm getting, there's a lot of resistance on your part. Some of you don't want to be seen, or are not comfortable with being seen, especially because you're going through this kind of transformation where you're, even though this is the Friendship card up here, I'm still seeing this divine feminine pink. But actually, pink is not, in some cultures, is not a female color, because it's a tone of red. So, and red is active / masculine. So, but in many Western cultures, pink is for women. But I'm getting that this being your own best friend, self-love vibe is new for you, for some of you, and you're not necessarily ready to reveal yourself fully. So old social situations that you used to be comfortable in are no longer like your comfort zone, and you're trying to figure yourself out. And some of you are spending, let's say, more time with the angelic realms and the spirit realms than you are with humans. So this hermit energy. So, and you may feel the urge to retreat because, you have some things to figure out. You definitely have some things to figure out. The Wheel of Fortune reverse, I feel like right now, we're in the month of September, the universe is almost slowing things down for you because things around you are moving quickly, but you're not keeping up with the speed of change, or you may not be ready to seize opportunities that are coming your way because your new self is not quite out of the oven yet. So here you're kind of going into the oven. Yeah, so they're urging you in September, from the new moon onwards, especially the 2 weeks like right after the new moon, to really dig deep into what you feel your purpose is, and to activate that plan and commit yourself to pursuing it. So like they are slowing things down so you can get on this ride. They are slowing things down so you can get on the ride, because a lot of you are not committed to the change that you say you want, possibly because you don't quite believe. Right? But you do have a lot of support around you that you may not be utilizing fully. Support from the angelic realms, from your guides. Some of you have dragons who are waiting for you to acknowledge them, and ancestors who are waiting for you to acknowledge them. So if you feel like you're waiting for something to happen, something is waiting for you. That's basically what they're saying. If you feel, if you're waiting for something to happen to make things shift, they're saying that what is the things that you want to happen are waiting for you to commit and dare to have this vision, dare to have your vision and your desires and stick to them and make it a realistic plan, regardless of how out there it may seem, because it is very much possible, right? They don't want you to limit yourself, because they in this, to me, it looks like an African violet, like a flower. If it is a flower opening, and there's this revelation that the sun, the water is there, the soil is there, the sun is shining. All there is left for you to do is to realize that you're a flower, which means that you're meant to blossom. So this is kind of the revelation that is trying to show itself to you, that there's putting the world on pause and your opportunities on pause so that you can calibrate yourself. Because if those opportunities come and you're not tuned in, they may pass you by. They say what's meant for you, there's a Yoruba proverb, the water that was meant for you will never pass you by. I think I'm getting that partially wrong at the moment, but it's on my Instagram if you want to see it. But what is meant for you will never pass you by. However, you can miss opportunities and you have to wait for another one to come along. And these ones that are like sitting and waiting for you are meant to propel you forward. So, but there are opportunities in this, there are opportunities in what's meant for your soul expansion. They're not opportunities in your comfort zone. Right. So let's see how we can deal with that. Bridging the 3D energies with the 5D energies. I feel like I'm talking in circles. So hopefully you're following. Sometimes I don't even remember what I said. I'll just keep going. So I'm just going to use another tarot deck here to get some more information on how you can best align yourself with your 5D energies from where the 3D energies has you, let's say. All right, so 10 of Pentacles, which direction am I going? This way. 10 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. So, I'm having, okay, for some of you out there, you need to some of you need to embrace your home environment, and some of you need to change your home environment or improve your home environment, because being a Cancer North Node, like your home, Cancer is the crab. It has its home on its back, or not really on its back. It carries its home around with it, right? And so it's very important that So basically they're carrying home wherever they are. So if their home is not comfortable or happy or place where they can thrive, then when they leave the house, that energy will be carried with them as well. So it's important for you to have a comfortable home life. Some of you it's decorating, some of you need to, even if you have simple surroundings, need to infuse it with more love and gratitude, like incense, candles, pillows, even, washing the sheets more often, opening the windows. So some it's just that respect. I shouldn't say just, but the more heart in the home, more heart in the home. So these cards that I'm reading now, if I didn't explain that before, it's taking this, what's happening in the 3D here and what's happening in the 5D. We're looking at how you can better access the higher frequency from this lower place. Like, what are your lifelines, so to speak. Page of Cups is, oh look, you have a flying pig. The first thing I saw was a flying pig. When people say, oh, when pigs fly, is that a pig? Is it a pig? Yeah, it's a pig. You can see him there. Get that in focus. There he is. Page of Cups, Page is a feminine energy. Cups is emotion. So for me, it's all about kind of new emotional experiences, like opening yourself up to reacting differently or experiencing things differently. And that's very much the vibe that you have here with the revelation down here, and expression, which you have hiding underneath here, expression that we talked about earlier. And so the Page of Cups is asking you to be open to experiencing things differently and having different emotional reactions, being more emotionally even-keeled as well. So feeling your emotions but not being a slave to them, and expressing your emotions but not needing to expressing them and not necessarily needing to be right. You just say what you have to say, so that it's not locked in you. And this is also an energy of someone who is learning to put themselves out there. I have that energy. But then you also have the Queen of Pentacles, who is very sure of her manifestation abilities. Also a feminine energy, obviously. Also, all these numbers are even, which for me is, this is all feminine energy here. So you're really being asked to tap into the more intuitive side of life. And I'm getting from the Queen of Pentacles that you need to start asking your divine team, bringing your spirit team in on your dreams, and just simply asking for stuff you need, and asking also for the support for you to believe that they are possible. The masculine is kind of all about I shouldn't say not asking for help, but when you really think of, this is beyond divine masculine, but a macho guy, he does everything himself. All of our films, TV shows, it's always a maverick who goes in with the gun alone to fight the bad guys, and and this is the Queen of Pentacles is like she's great on her own because she knows that she's never on her own, really, because she always has these behind her back. She could be queen of the earthly realm, queen in her own right in the earthly realm, because her spirit team is tight, like her spirit team is strong, right? And her connection to them is strong. So in this process, your spirit team is asking you to lean on them or co-create with them, really. And if you feel there's anything that is beyond your reach or is a pipe dream, just, dream it and give it to your team. Give it to your team, give it to your favorite angel or archangel, and have those discussions, take the time to map it out and draw it. Take the time to make it feel real, or to make it real, to put it into a form. And the Two of Wands, the energy of choosing, of choice. So you do have a choice to make. The power of your choice is very strong, right? Very effective. So you can wake up one day and choose to dedicate yourself bit by bit to this bigger dream, and things will just start falling into place. And opportunities to assert that decision will present themselves. And each time that you affirm your choice is, one day you'll turn around and not even realize how far you came from where you started, because you continuously, every day, you are choosing choosing yourself and your heart's desire every day. Someone is getting divorced or is faced with getting divorced, and because that got thrown into the mix of the pictures and the feelings that they're sending me. If you're staying, they want you to know that every day that you're married to someone is a choice to make something work. And if you're leaving, every day is a choice to commit to yourself and to commit to forgiveness and healing. In both cases, there's forgiveness involved, apparently, in this particular situation that they're presenting to me. So this is probably very specific to one person, but even if you stay with the person, there's a commitment to yourself, but there's also a commitment to putting the love and the friendship first, which also means making sure that you are expressing your needs and not expecting the person to kind of, I won't say read your mind, but be always tiptoeing around to figure out what it is that you want and making sure that you have what you want. You need to have a more open line of communication. If you're leaving, then leave and commit to yourself, and commit to yourself as well that you're not going to you will mourn, but you will forgive and move on, because you deserve that much from yourself, right? Be kind to yourself. In either choice, be kind to yourself. So that's the message for someone who is out there who is on the brink of separation from a long-term commitment or divorce. Okay, I'm going to get into, see if there's anything in your soul memories, in your Akashic records, in a past life that could be itching to be resolved in this time period in September for Cancer North Node. That way, we're going to go this way. Have the Commander. The Dreamer. Yeah, that's it. I know there's going to be extra ones. Many extra ones though, so oh, this is in reverse. Okay, so these cards are telling me a story of anything that is kind of lingering in the ether, in your karma, maybe in your aura that you don't realize is attracting certain things, certain situations, or precipitating this certain challenges with this energy at the time. Something that needs to be resolved. We have the Commander, who is the King of Pentacles in this deck. This is Cosmovisions. You have the Commander, and you have the Queen of Pentacles in the last row here. There she is. Where'd she go? Oh, I picked her up. There she is. Then you have the Dreamer, which is, I believe, the Queen of Swords. I have to double check that. Then we have the Two of Embers, which, and it's in reverse. It was that's the Two of Wands in this deck. The Spirit Plane. And then we have a couple of the bonus cards in this deck. They gave you two. They have Strawberries and Reverie. Okay. So I'm just going to try to tap into the story here. This goes here, actually, right? Okay, I took a few seconds to orient myself around this story here. So what I'm getting here, I'm getting a partnership between a very controlling figure with masculine energy, and then a very like spiritual person, because you see this person's even like levitating, feminine energies. So getting those two energies at odds, or a partnership where those were the two types of people in it. And in the Two of Wands in reverse, I see that there was, the choice that there's either no choice. In some past life, this was also an arranged marriage. I'm seeing an arranged marriage. I'm seeing a royal marriage as well. So things that aren't easy to leave. So there was no choice. And in some cases, for some of you, this Two of Wands in reverse denotes not that there was no choice, or that your choices were taken away from you, but rather that you made, let's not say the wrong choice, but you made a choice that restricted your freedom. Because this union was a fated union. So it's like you couldn't make the wrong choice, because like your heart and soul was deeply connected to that person, because you've been on, like, your spirit, you guys have been together several times. So you may even have experienced that person in this lifetime as well. So where does that leave you if you were in a relationship that was controlled by masculine energy? For whatever reason that was. It could have been the person's personality. It could have been because of money or wealth. It could have been social obligation. Whatever the case may be. But the point is that this relationship, this significant relationship in your life, was dominated by a controlling masculine energy now. So you have this like burning deep desire to just enjoy the sweetness of life, right? You have someone who's just sailing along with the harp. Some of it is memories of sweeter times. But I'm getting from this just leisure, just leisure time. And anytime I get this strawberries card, I just think of, the sweetness of they're sweet yet tart, and they're red, and they're passionate, right? So just this very basic love of whatever life you are leading is what is begging to be brought forth in your life at this time, or in this manifestation, in this incarnation. That's the word I'm looking for. So, is there something else about that? If you are in a relationship with a controlling masculine energy, so that doesn't matter what gender you are or your partner is, it's this controlling energy, and you feel like you don't know why you can't leave that person, it's because you have a fated relationship, a soul contract, or they're a soulmate. I don't advocate for one soulmate. I believe that we have contracts with many people. And that could have been a mother, daughter, friend, foe. We have contracts with people. The end. So it's nice to spend the rest of your life with a soulmate, but there's not necessarily just one. So you're not meant to suffer a lifetime of displeasure or not reaching your full potential because this person feels like your soulmate. Like, no. It could be in your contract that you gotta disappoint that person and say, hey, like, you treat me badly, or this way of living is not how I imagine myself living, and I would like a simpler, happier, wake up in the morning and just, when I open my eyes, I'm just happy to be, right? Because remember, as a Cancer, your soul wants to be ecstatic with just being, right? So you may want to, if you have a person in your life who is making just being difficult for you, and you feel strongly connected to this person, you may need to get cord cutting. You may need to get the cords cut. As you say, you could look it up, what cord cutting means in spirituality, cord cutting, or cutting cords with a soulmate. Or you could just ask how to fulfill that soul contract so that it naturally, like the circumstances around you will then allow for that relationship to come to an end and free you so that you can eat the fruit. I had that message for someone. They kind of pushed that one out. So I'm going to grab 2 oracle cards now, one from the Enchanted Map. That was quick. These cards always come out quick. Slow and Steady. And a pretty snail fairy. And this one needs a quick shuffle. Does it? No, this one has a pre-shuffle. That's it. Great Big Love. Okay, I'm just going to simply read from the guidebook for these decks, and if any messages come through while I'm reading, I will relay them to you after. So, card number 12, Slow and Steady. Slow and steady wins the race. Remember the old cliche, slow and steady wins the race? This is a time for easy movement, unhurried steps, and a steady heart. Trust that taking life at a more leisurely pace will give you greater access to your dreams. Slowing down allows more contact with the juicier elements of your life. Savor them. I love that the word juicy came out, and savor, because we have the strawberries, right? And we talked about slowing down as well in the Wheel of Fortune. So they're adding the element of, not only are they trying to slow things down for you, they want you, if you are hurriedly trying to make changes or trying to push ideas forward, that you can benefit from slowing down and tapping into your heart. And just like the joy factor is just, can be so revealing, right? When you're trying to figure out your next step, when you're doing this planning here, taking the time to really tap into what you enjoy. Because you're not just, like, for example, starting a business or buying a house. You're creating a life and doing the things that you love or enjoy will always be part of that life. So it kind of sparks your inspiration if you take some time to do the list, or to look at help wanted ads, or to look at house listings. And sorry, there's a weird noise of sound like an animal. But I thinking of comparing like mortgage rates and such. So, but you should also be taking time to do yoga, go to the park, watch a good movie, bake a cake, whatever it is that you like to do with your time. And then we have Great Big Love. So that is card number 26. Let's grab the book. Okay. Great Big Love. Love without conditions, romantic love, and how that experience changes you. Deep and profound harmonious connections, soulmates. Love heals all wounds, begins all life. It sustains when you are starving for grace, when you stumble and fall, and when you lose sight of your purpose and fall prey to the limited perspective of the ego. Now is the time to fall in love and call in the awareness of the great big love that made you, which is ever pulsing through your veins. There's a heightened sense of awareness in the beginning stages of a relationship, when nothing else matters but who is in front of you. You see them, you see yourself in them, and you move in sync with the cadence of your heart. You surrender to the magic you share and engage in a harmonious dance that is seamless in its movements, rising and falling with each moment and each breath. Although this card may portend such an intimate connection, you don't have to wait for a partner to experience it. You're being invited now to explore love in all its beauty. Can you love without conditions, without needing things to be perfect? Do you love your life, what you do, and how you contribute to the world? Today, invite love with a capital L into your inquiry. You will be amazed, and your very question may be changed as a result. Love is the strength you need today, the lens you must look through to find the truth and your way. Love is the way, the only way, and the only answer. I don't think I have to say anything more after that. That basically summed up a good part of what I was saying for the last hour. So I will say thank you very much. There is an extended reading. I pull cards that give you tools that you can use, crystals, colors, self-care rituals that you can use to help align you with your path in the month of September, and to support you through the integration of all these energies that are around you. So with that, I wish you all the best and much success in everything you do, and a lot of comfort from the spirit world, and hopefully some comforts of the 3D world. Take care, and until next time.